Victims of the Chinese Communist Party protested outside the U.S. Capitol. This as the Beijing Olympics is starting, and some in the U.S. are called out for being complicit.
Uyghurs, Tibetans, and Hong Kongers on Thursday rallied outside the U.S. Capitol. They decried the Beijing Olympics, citing a long list of human rights abuses by the Chinese Communist Party.
This is the equivalent of the 1936 Nazi Olympics in Berlin.
Congressman Chris Smith attended the protest. He warns that Beijing will act with more impunity if its propaganda through the Olympics succeeds.
And now we have it in 2022 with an ongoing massive destruction, genocide against the Uyghurs, and everyone else is subjected to just horrible mistreatment, including torture and death. The Falun Gong, for example, are having their organs taken.
Chinese leader Xi Jinping on the same day promised a, quote, safe and splendid Olympics. But Wang Dan, a Chinese dissident and survivor of the Tiananmen Square massacre, says any promise by the CCP is not to be believed.
Well, traditionally, CCP is a big liar. We all know the history, so any word come out from their mouths, I will not believe it.
An activist from Hong Kong says the same. He's seen China crush the freedoms of the Hong Kongers.
So I think you're going to see the repeated pattern of China breaking its promises and only try to serve its own interests when it's needed.
Also in the spotlight are the American companies they say contribute to China's surveillance, military, and human rights abuses. This report right here, put together by the rally organizer, has a scorecard for 8 of them, including Apple, Facebook, and Intel, which is the sponsor of the Beijing Olympics.
So at some point, corporate America needs to pivot and said, mea culpa, we made a mistake. We're enabling cruelty that is just like the Nazis.
New data analysis shows that corporate sponsors of the Beijing Olympics spent more than $30 million lobbying Washington in 2021. Iris Tao, NTD News.